be stuffing a fat-ass blunt. West is getting the Benjamin. Episode 14 about to be a doozy. Let me tell you. This man taking a blinker. Blinkington City. Blinkerton City. Dude.
I'm taking glasses for that. Jesus Christ.
So that's a fun way to start the cast. I'm not gonna copy that, but
Happy belated 420. Ladies and germs.
happy belated. Yeah, that's far. So what is that? What do we got?
Well, first let's start off with what's in the wood? Just more Sweet OG?
Thunder Kush. Apparently, Thunder Kush. The honeyberry today.
This will be my second of that.
This will be my fourth backwood.
But we just hit a Thor's Hammer.
Ooh, I like that. Thor's Hammer.
By resin with a lot of other. There's a long list. Jeez, I'm still recovering.
Got like an 8th backwood started here.
Yes, happy 420. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the amount of cannabinoids on this are at least 8. It's a... Wow. All I'm saying, great for the parks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is that no binoid?
Huh?
That binoid? Or no?
I actually went straight to Delta Extracts' website this time.
Word.
And that's why it's it's Elf Bar. That's 4.5 Gs in there.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll last a while.
Yeah.
How much did that run you?
I was only like 50.
That's not bad at all.
And because of Buzz Bars, because of Drunk Riders specifically, I'm getting into... Jesus, this is just a cough cast right now.
Yeah.
Let me try to see a water roll. Jesus Christ.
Well, that was like pretty big blinker. So, are you gonna talk about the Grizzly IPA?
Oh yes, that's in the cast
Since
for
you
sure.
brought up
But
TDR.
Taver. It's like this craft beer delivery service. So it's really dope because you get to try out beers from all over the nation. It's also kind of like a game because every day there's new ones. And when they get refreshed, depending on how popular they are, you gotta like get them immediately.
I want to get some false idol.
I think you can look up false idol, but I don't know if you can get it unless they're like actively selling to Taver at that moment.
Right.
Let's see.
Canoe City right now.
But what have I gotten in here? So it should be in tomorrow, I think. But I got a Nectaron wallpaper, a Pilsner from Imprint Beer Company, and then I got a Minotaur. It's a fruited sour.
Ooh.
From Planter's Punch. So I will definitely be letting everyone know what I think of those on Instagram and on the cast after. So yeah, I'm excited to
Dope.
to partake. Regardless, how did you celebrate your 420?
Bit hard to remember.
I think I literally was at the park on for. No, it was Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really celebrate, to be honest. I treated it this weekend, and I guess today, since we're doing the cast today, was the last of the 420 celebration.
Yeah.
So, we do have a lot of news, though, to be honest. Like, we were thinking about even almost doing it early, but literally it just never lined up with what was going on this weekend. And it kind of benefited because of some of the news we got within the last, 2 days is pretty, at least one of it's true. So, yeah, I guess we'll go on the meat and start. Because I thought it was just Worlds of Fun, at least when I first started writing this down.
Yeah.
Now it seems like a lot of the Cedar Fair parks, we don't know all of them yet, but a good majority of them have implemented the chaperone policy that, for some reason, Nuts got rid of, I think.
Yeah, I think they put it back up, though.
Yeah. So basically, I think it's 15 is the age.
Accompanied, and then one 21-year-old can accompany 10.
Yeah. So it's not bad, I guess. But still, I remember being having days where I would just be in the park. Like, my sister would be in the park, I guess, but I wouldn't be with them. I would be doing my own thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the fact that, I guess they say they can be in the park with these policies, too. I know they say that they have to be in the park with their phone, there, and that could have been bad. Drop the wood. But no,
Dropped my wood on the table.
yeah, I just remember going to the parks, at least, when I being dropped off there, just because my parents are the area and I would rather go to Kings Dominion. So, unfortunate for that aspect, but if it betters everything else, because I don't really remember there being a big fight at Kings Dominion. I don't remember there being one at some of these parks, but it is much more. It's happening a lot more often at these parks. It really wasn't talked about, but apparently at Worlds of Fun, it was when we briefly talked about it, it was 100-person plus fight. It was a bad one. And Cedar Fair was no, we're just going to nip it in the bud here and implement it where we see feasible. And I say that because we all thought it was coming to all the Cedar Fair parks. But Tony Clark has some other words. I don't know where this interview was exactly. This is just an excerpt for it. But he did go on to a news source. I think it's potentially in the area. It's a little, and this is just the beginning of it. So Cedar Point, Cedar Fair's flagship park in Sandusky, has no plans to enact a chaperone policy, according to park spokesman Tony Clark. Quote, however, we will continue to evaluate our park safety policies and make modifications based on the needs and behaviors we are seeing, he said. And yeah, so I think Kings Island is implementing one, but Cedar Point isn't. So that's where everyone's why is Cedar Point getting the special treatment? Yeah, blah blah blah.
They're the flagship.
Yeah.
They're the resort.
Yeah, I think they're more of a destination. They're not really having instances where you're dropping. Not saying that
it could come.
Exactly.
I feel like it could come, but right now they're just gonna only apply it there if they really need to, because they want to get as much business as possible.
So, yeah. The chaperone policy, for me, my thoughts, if it really betters the parks, yes, so let's do them. But how exactly do you enforce?
I feel like that's the thing. I'm kind of impartial because I don't really feel like they're gonna. The only reason that it would get enforced is if there was incidents where the people called security or something and that's gonna be rare.
So you find out, oh, you're 14 and he is doing nothing. Oh, park security, there's going to be just narcs in the park. I don't know.
Yeah.
Essentially, once it hits that 4 p.m. mark, and exactly are they going to enforce making sure all of that's going to happen? I haven't seen anything about it yet.
I feel like it'll I feel like it'll be laxed unless there's incidents. So I don't know. That's kind of why I'm impartial. I don't feel like it's really legitimate, anyways.
Yeah, I would have to see a situation where it comes down to that to then give more an opinion, because right now, like, it seems like there's ways to get around. So yeah, we'll see. I know King's Dominion, the haunts get big there, and nothing really goes in the past years. In the past haunts, something's gone. Not saying anything can't happen. Nothing has gone wrong, but it seems like they think that is a place to where, all right, we need to implement it there. But right off the shore of Lake Erie, where it's not, I'm not really sure how big the local population is, but I'm pretty positive the tourists going to Cedar Point are more than the locals. When the park is opening in the middle of summer, so that's probably why they're doing it with that. But King's Dominion announces, when we called the phone, they officially announced Firehouse Barbecue. It's Taste of Smoke. And where the old Chick-fil-A is too, because I passed by it 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it's definitely construction there. They're getting ready to put stuff up there. I'm excited. Barbecue in the park. It was originally only on Country Kitchen, and now it seems like they're switching up. Maybe they're going to make Country Kitchen more just soul food, southern food. That'd be cool. But I don't know. I think they both can stand on their own. Might as well bounce that off of to Chef Dennis and the announcements that King's Dominion is hiring an executive chef. Which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But almost understandable, because he's too good, in my opinion.
I remember I'd always see him at Grain and Grill.
I would see him a lot in Grain and Grill. I think I saw him talking outside Winterfest out of Jukebox when they had that special holiday menu. And yeah, he was... I will always respect, since the first podcast, we have respected Chef Dennis. Yeah, like, if that is true, because KD Fanatics showed that, I mean, if you technically are, you can probably look it up on the careers tab if you're looking for executive chef. It's unfortunate, because, man, he really brought some damn good food to the park. And now, I'm not saying that anyone else can't, but it's just, we had him. So if he is leaving soon, best of luck to Dennis. Because, man, you made some great food. Like, you made food that is better than a lot of food outside of the park. So, Kennywood finally opened. It was opening weekend this past weekend.
I know Greg was there. He was posting in the chat about it.
That's exciting. It seems like all the rides are running well, the ones that were open.
Well, I know he was saying, like, everything was open except for Steel Curtain. And Steel Curtain didn't have trains on the track.
Oh, boy.
But the trains were getting put on. But they said something about it should open, so, like, next week. Or it should be, like, short term.
Short term? Like closure?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, Jesus. SNS, I don't know, man, what they did with Steel Curtain. What exactly is the issue with it?
I don't know. Definitely excited to get out to Kennywood, though. Sometime soon.
Speaking of which, they're adding Prementi Bros.
Yeah.
Which I've never had, but apparently they're a sandwich place. Make like these really ridiculous sandwiches. I'm excited to try. It's always nice whenever they get local stuff inside of the parks.
Yeah.
And not like a chain exactly, because, like, sure, everyone loves Chick-fil-A, and it was safe for Cedar Fair to do that. But I could literally get that outside of the park.
How about every single day in Orlando?
I'm done with that outside the way. I'm mad. What did we skip Zaxby's for that one night?
Yeah, we did. I don't even know why.
I think we were just tired. Like, it was the first night and we recommended it, and we just... man. So, Lake Compound's finally confirmed that it's 580 feet of Titan track on the first drop, which a lot of people are saying that wasn't even the roughest part of the ride. But if they're probably jumping the gun and saying, why not? Let's get out of the way. Maybe even seeing if this does well holds up, they might add more. Hopefully they don't add any more, but...
I saw, isn't there news about Mind Blower track too?
Yes. Which I was going to jump to that as well.
I thought there was some sort of confirmation that came out recently about the length of it and where it's going. That it's not like a full retrack.
I need to find that tweet. Exactly.
I don't know who tweeted that. I remember seeing it though. Honestly, it's good though, because it got built like incorrectly, apparently.
Wait, what do you mean?
When it was like originally built, it got done incorrectly. And so RMC is going to fix that.
I wonder what was incorrect.
Something about the structure, I'm pretty sure.
Now that would make sense.
Yeah. Big time.
I don't know if it was on Instagram or if it was on Twitter, but like, I know that basically some of the worst parts of the ride are getting the RMC retrack. So it's not even, it's not all of it that's being converted, I think.
Yeah.
And it's already happening as we speak. Like, they have a sign in front of it.
They're keeping the Timberliners. I'm not too upset about it, because it was like really rough. So if it was actually not structurally built correct, I hope they fix that, and then it'll be good.
Yep. And it is steel.
And I heard they're aiming to open it in like late June.
Yeah, because they're only just putting on their RMC retrack.
Yeah.
And there's specific segments for it. And that was the only track we saw. See, I was freaking out because they posted those pictures, and I was assuming more track to be coming in.
Yeah.
As soon as I realized what the track was and how much of it was, I wasn't as pressed.
Yeah.
But I still would rather it just be a full-on wood, you know? Like, there's going to be steel segments, and I feel like you're going to notice those. And on this ride, you're going to have to notice those.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be a smoother ride altogether, I feel like. So.
I just hope it doesn't get too far. Just don't want to get too far. That's all. Just keep adding on steel until it's just a steel coaster. Big Bear Mountain has been having test runs.
AJ was just there sending videos up from the train.
That I'm shocked to hear that it's going to be going at that speed.
It looks good.
Yeah. That looks definitely like a step up from Dragonfly or across the Midway in that New Kids area, family area. People were expecting it to be more of the lines of that type of speed, more graceful, but that looks snappy and whippy.
Yeah.
That looks like it's definitely going to, it looks like a fun time. I don't know if there's going to be, I'm pretty sure once all the trees and like the actual nature goes around it, it'll look even better in a few years.
Yeah.
Because like, that's the one thing I noticed. I'm like, it looks kind of bare, but they literally just broke into that ground, put those supports in. I don't know if they planted any trees. I would be surprised if they did around the supports. But once the grass and stuff grows in, it'll look even better.
Definitely.
Yeah, Kings Island Trolls Islands of Adventure. You see the merchandise?
The logo?
Yeah.
It looks ridiculous.
I kind of want it. I don't know if it's still there. I feel like it'd be sold out really fast because that's really funny merch. But it's the Kings Island logo with Islands of Adventure's current logo that's on the
golden
lighthouse
crest.
and all that stuff. That's really true. And going off of that, it's crazy to think that there's so much mismatched merch at Six Flags parks. There's like people in like Six Flags Great or like over Georgia seeing like Six Flags Fiesta Texas merch.
Yeah.
And then going on to what did I hear about Six Flags that was crazy? Was it a ride opening? It's like rides opening. I don't remember. Let me see. I know who tweeted it too. Coasters and Brews. All right. More one-train operations at other Six Flags parks for the year. Viper.
At Magic Mountain.
Yep. Goliath at Great America. The RMC.
What? For the year? Jeez,
X-Flight.
man. That's horrible.
Well, and they said Superman, because we already knew that.
Yeah.
And possibly other rides this season. But what is Six Flags doing to have issues like this?
I know Goliath at Over Georgia was like one train ups this weekend when Owen and some other people were there. That's crazy. And I heard Over Georgia's ops staple really bad. On both Goliath and
Twisted.
Cyclone.
Yep.
Not a good look.
Yep.
Meanwhile, down the street at Air Force One, they're saying they just let you set the lap bars however you want.
Perfect. It's funny because every video I see, everyone's stapled. I'm like, are they stapling themselves or...
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
Is it still one-train operations right now?
I don't think so. Owen was hyping it up, saying it's top 4, so up there with Gwazi Voyage.
But it's not better than Gwazi. That's all I want to...
I think so. I think
'Cause,
he
like-
might have said that. Yeah, I think he put it number
'Cause-
4 below Gwazi.
I'm excited to ride it, but I would literally book my ticket tomorrow if I heard it was better than Gwazi.
I think he has it as Voyage, Gwazi, Velocicoaster, Air Force One is his top 4. I could be wrong though.
So you're telling me... Oh, I don't want to think about that.
I have Voyage.
I don't want to think that
too.
that's not my number 2,
So-
man. Because I'm thinking where Velosa and Steve are, and I'm like,
Well, he's got Gwazi above Velosa,
exactly. I have Gwazi over Velosa.
but Voyage reigns supreme.
I need to get there this year. Is that going to be a part of the road trip or not?
Yeah, most of. I'm still trying to get a Hollywood Nights ticket potentially, so
Just one?
yeah.
Yeah.
If I can get one.
I wouldn't even blame you, bro. I still need to get to Hollywood Nights. I'm afraid they're going to stop doing it, too, by the time, like...
Well, the thing is, it's like the Instagram world really blew that event up, and that's why not last year but the year before it was so crowded and stuff. Then Hollywood Nights capped it last year, and then this year I think it's a little bit more or something. Last year was like a good year though.
Basically, that's my number 1 coaster I need to get on. Is Voyage. It's right there.
I don't know, man. X2.
I don't care. I need Voyage. I need Voyage. Okay. X2 is obviously there, but like, that's the one main like standout coaster in the world that when I'm in conversation, I cannot even give an opinion on. And I'm like,
Dude, X2 is so good. Oh, I need X2
okay,
night rides.
but
bro.
how much better is X2 to you than Voyage?
I don't. That's really hard because, like, X2, there's nothing like it.
Exactly.
Like it's like Tumbili, but unbelievable.
Do not. No, I want to hear Timbili.
I'm sorry, you can't put Tumbili. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
As
the seats are similar.
Yo, Because they're controlled. They're not magnetically controlled, but they're coded to literally move in a certain point on a certain part of the track.
Think about it this way. You know how if you get a flip on Tambili, you experience all those G's, right?
Yeah.
The positives. So think about that, but you're going down like a fucking 250-foot drop, and then right as you're about to hit the bottom, you do a flip.
I
So you're getting all the positive G's, and then you flip at the bottom. It's insane. And that's just the first drop. And then there's the Raven turn and all the other elements, and it just slaps.
So we might have the same one too. I'm not gonna lie. If by the time I get to X2,
X2 is
because there's no So you're telling me people have other drops in the world better than that? Because to me that seems uncontested.
Yeah, I really don't know how, bro.
You tell me that, and there's no way any other drop is better than that. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Especially in the back, because you get a pre-drop.
No, the front's best for the drop.
How?
You'll find out.
That seems...
Dude, now we gotta go to Cali, bro.
Hey, that's potentially August, man.
Dude,
so after the road trip in June, save up again, and just go to Cali.
Yeah, bro. That's X2's so good. I just need night rides again.
I also really need to get my opinion on Ghost Rider, because
I need to re-ride that too.
I hear that has to be one of the most polarizing wooden coasters besides Mind Blower.
Dude, it's...
Some people have it where you like it, it's so good. And then drunk riders say it's the most mid wooden coaster. So many people have this opinion. It's overrated as hell.
I don't even
level of overrated.
I don't even think I got good rides on it, and it's still really good. But I'm weird about the way I like wooden coasters. And that has freaking infinity flyers.
Really?
And I hate
It does have infinity flyers now. Wait,
dude,
has the Millennium Flyers or
Millennium Flyers, sorry. Yeah, the freaking GCI trains. I hate the that same with Mystic. If Mystic had PTCs, oh my god.
It's funny because I can never get rid of PTCs. So I'm
yeah.
I'm whatever.
Or if Mystic had buzz bars.
Okay, if they had buzz bars, it's over. I don't even know if the ride would be safe.
It would not. But no, I hate Millennium Flyers. It's so hard to... I don't know, they staple so bad.
During the ride.
Yeah.
You can't even...
That's the problem. RMCs stay, for the most part.
I feel like it's only when the trains have been going for a while. Because I don't know, because Green Train in the front definitely stapled me mid-ride. And I was like, what the hell? It was a bad one. It went down all the way to my thighs.
I don't know. There's just so many I don't know. Just hate Millennium Flyers. So that kind of sucks on Ghost Rider, because if Ghost Rider had PTCs, it'd be better. But it's still really good. You just have less dynamic movement with the Millennium Flyers compared to PTCs, RMC restraints.
It's too smooth.
Yeah, it kind of locks you in a little bit too much. Can't get the whip.
Let's see.
But no, I mean, realistically, X2, there's just nothing that comes close to it, which sets it above Voyage for me. As much as I love Tremors Voyage.
That's exactly why I need to experience.
I feel like
the
ranking doesn't necessarily matter as much as the fact that that ride is despite it being at 2 instead of 1, it's just that good. I'd go ride it instantly.
Wildcat's Revenge, the beginning of the Trust Lift Hill.
What about the trains?
Wait, what about the trains? What I miss?
They got posted today. The 3 trains are so ugly.
Wait, are they all different?
I don't know. You gotta look, bro.
Let me see real quick. Let me.
Yeah, the Wildcats Revenge trains are ugly.
Okay. Ew. Okay, yeah, okay, so This looks
Yeah.
like a high school...
Mascot, right?
Like, this looks
So
like a high
bad.
school statue. I'm sorry.
It's like High School Musical mascot or something, bro. Like, it's so shit.
So they are all different, I think. Well, at least two of them are. There's a black one and there's a white one. Or I don't know if it's a gray one.
But yeah, no, I saw the lift hill got topped off. I did see that.
Oh, black, charcoal, and silver. I mean, really, what's the difference between charcoal and black a lot of the times? But
Mid.
no, not even mid. That's just not good.
Bad.
Like, I respect the artistry that went into like having it going. I like the wood, but I like the everything besides the actual look of the Wildcat. It looks like it should be on a carousel. I don't know. Like, it's just or
I don't know about a carousel, but
excuse me, a merry-go-round. Because a carousel is only horses, and a merry-go-round is assortment of animals. But yeah, it does not look great. And I can't tell the difference between charcoal and black. They look exactly the same. Yeah. I can't wait for them to get new trains, like, for RMC, is all. Because I deal with them, they're fine.
where are the third gens? Realistically.
I don't know, it obviously has to be a big investment. Because Premier has had their trains for decades.
Ugh.
And they, for some reason, haven't changed them. They've, in fact, made them worst with comfort colors, so... But they're still the same trains. Like we saw, you can just take them off. You can put those... you can probably put the Tempesto trains on, like, the Flight of Fear rides.
I don't know about that one.
You think so?
No, I don't think so.
Why not? They're like the same...
Is that the same track?
I don't know, it's the same track. In fact, it might be beefier on the Tempesto track. I know, because it's similar to Full Throttles.
Like, imagine taking Icebreaker's train, like design and everything, and you just copy paste it and put it on Poltergeist. Like, does that make sense, bro? Like, I don't know. I just can't see it.
No, I don't. I think mostly the pulley axles in between wouldn't take it. But what's crazy is Full Throttle's trains are the same as those, I think.
I think so too.
So that's why I'm like... But is Full Throttle as intense as the Flight of Fear clones?
Bro, it's Premier. It's mid.
Okay, I'm not asking about that. I'm asking about the trains and like if they could put their quote-unquote newer ones. Like the Full Throttle, Skyrocket 2.
Yeah, Full Throttle is like better than the Flight of Fear clones, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly.
But yeah, but like, those are the Skyrocket 2 trains.
Yes, so they could take the forces, but like... I don't know if they're designed to go through that layout, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it'd be fun to see, but...
No, like, I think realistically, like, logistically, it would be because the width of, like, the wheel axle and stuff, or if
Right.
the connectors of the trains would be able to take it's just all that extra stuff, but, like, yeah, because the reason I brought it up, I'm like, because the Full Throttle, you know, basically their biggest ride they've made, you know, is the Skyrocket trains. Then, like, they made those, but they haven't made them any more comfortable or made a better lap bar.
What's next for Premiere?
I don't keep up with Premiere, so, like, I can check their Twitter, like...
I don't know, I don't really see them going anywhere right now in the industry.
Premiere rides. I guess I'll follow you guys. Why not? Aren't they doing something with Zombie? About bringing back...
It's being relocated, I believe. I don't know to where. Somewhere in Spain or something. Maybe. Does anybody even buy Premier's rides right now?
I'm assuming they're doing something because companies are always doing something. But right now,
what did they show at IAPA this year? What was their 2022 IAPA booth looking like? That's a good question.
Let me go back to see their 2020. They tweeted actually a good bit, which is kind of good, I guess. But bro, I'm just seeing Skyrocket 2s on their Twitter.
Like I said, they ain't doing shit.
And West Coast Racers.
West Coast Racers is mid. They ain't doing shit. Boo.
Why are they
Premier
talking about
Rides.
Big Apple coasters? Stop.
Boo Premier Rides. Build a Giga, and then I'll like Premier Rides. They should get new trains and build a Giga. That's what Premier Rides should do.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Maybe like family stuff, but I care less.
Yeah, they'll go do little like LSM family coasters or something. Well, I mean, pretty much all Premier Rides are family coasters, except for like Mr. Freeze. And then they ruined Mr. Freeze too.
Okay.
So,
Flight of Fear,
family coaster.
Poltergeist,
Family coaster.
Jokers, they're not family coasters. I would know.
Well, they're so bad, bro.
I would know because like I was scared of those for so long.
I was too, but like they're so bad.
But yeah, like, cause like I'm thinking like I wasn't afraid of Backlot and stuff like that. That's a family coaster, Premier. But like non-ship coaster, like I don't know. You hate those more than I do, cause like I appreciate them like a good bit, especially Joker Shanks. I was surprised with that ride. The second half actually had bite, bro. It's just the trains suck. It's like
so bad, so trash. I'm just waiting to get off.
I'm just wondering what kind of budget goes into making new trains. Like, it has to be a lot, because you don't see like them
8 figures, probably. Tens of millions.
Yeah, like, because a lot of companies like if it works type thing, or B&M nailed it and hasn't really had to make a new train since.
Well, they just made the surf train.
Well, that's true,
So
but it's because it's a new gen stand-up.
I saw someone saying, now I'm not a fan of B&M floorless or B&M stand-ups, but like some people like love Green Lantern at Magic Mountain.
I've heard that's a really good
stuff.
one. That and like that one and Georgia Scorcher are the two.
I've heard people talk about there's another one too. I thought there's another Green Lantern.
Yeah, there's one in Great Adventure.
I've heard people
But
say something about
I
that.
think that one's
I didn't like it when I wrote
abhorrently
it,
mid.
but like I hated it when I wrote it. Actually, now that I think about it, but I
Yeah, it
was
has
seeing
a yellow
people
loop.
say that Pipeline and the new model is going to be like way better than the old B&M
So,
stand-ups.
did you see what SeaWorld? So, this is, I guess, another bit of news. They finally put up, like, someone actually on the train, like, moving up and down with the seat.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you can move up and down like you're a surfer. Like, basically say you can do that on the ride if you want to. So, I'm like, for me, not gonna lie, as a stoner, that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
Being able to, like, just shed post on the ride. But the ride experience still has to be good, because I don't want to just get on just to move up and down.
Well,
Like,
I'm interested to see. But
if this is one of B&M's best, I will be shocked. Because we this whole time we've been covering this, we have not cared. Like, why are people getting excited for a stand-up? Why are you guys huffing hopium for a stand-up?
anything from that company, I'm not excited about. So
For me, it was just the stand-up aspect. Because if they announce a Giga, I'm there.
well, yeah,
Like, all right.
I'll bite my tongue for a gig.
They're not they're not making Goliath like hypers anymore. So, whenever I hear hyper, I'm like, I'm trying to think. The last hyper was Candemonium in America, so, and people, I think that's a very overrated coaster.
It's actually not far off from Mako.
Yeah, well, people say it's better than Mako. No.
Maybe
Second
no.
half is absolutely just no.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Mako's mid too. Mako's the best B&M hyper, and it's still mid.
Well, we haven't been on Shambala yet.
It'll still
Like that, I feel like that's clear.
Oh, also Goliath
Oh yeah.
at Overdrive Road Pub.
Apparently that second half is ridiculous. That's for me, that's the big thing about hypercoasters is the second half's just.
I wouldn't mind rewriting Diamondback, but is it still going to be like pretty mid? Yeah, it's not an elite
Diamondback
coaster.
has some of the best float. It's almost flowjector sometimes.
I just don't find any B&Ms to be elite besides Fury. Fury's the only elite B&M that I would actually want to sit down and rewrite.
Hulk.
No.
I would rewrite Hulk if I had the opportunity.
That's like, I'll ride it like once or twice.
Nope. If I ever get the chance, I'm going to actually spend an hour just marathoning Hulk. Because at least I'm getting rewrites at a park instead of waiting in lines at Universal. And it's a really good
If
ride.
I go to Carowinds, I'm going to ride Intimidator one time.
I'm not even riding Intimidator.
Yeah.
Intimidator, no.
Ride it.
Intimidator is in my bottom 15. It is so bad.
Like, I'm just saying, like, whenever you go to a park, I would never pick the B&M. I'm going to pick whatever else is elite. When I go to Cedar Point, I'm riding none of the B&Ms. I'm riding Steam Engines, Maverick, Magnum. Like, none of the B&Ms are going to be my first choice.
Well, we're not saying first choice.
That's what I'm saying. There's no elite B&Ms. You're not going to go to a park and your first choice is going to be a B&M. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's only at rare cases, like, where you have Fury at Carowinds, but like other parks, you're not going to go to the B&M first. SeaWorld Orlando, you have to, but once again, it's mid.
No, I'm going to Manta. Yeah, yours too, and you're going to Manta or Mako.
And then you're going to leave and go to Universal for the rest of the day and ride Velocicoaster.
Yeah. I'm really trying to think of a park where the B&M
In conclusion,
is the best coaster in their park, in our eyes.
B&Ms are mid. B&Ms are not elite rides.
Yeah.
Portaventura, I guess.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think Furious Baco is beating Dragon Con.
And then Six Flags Over Georgia, you have Goliath and Twisted Cyclone. But like, then it's like, screw that, I'm just going to drive and go to Fun Spot and ride Air Force One. Like, it's like, yeah. B&M's.
Yeah, yeah. I don't get it. I did have a good ride at Dominator this week, though. But yeah.
That's, okay. You know what? A good take I saw earlier? Firebird is better than the Hydra at Dorney.
No, it's not. That's a terrible take.
Firebird is so bad.
Firebird is the worst. It's the worst B&M stand right at the moment.
That's actually like one of the worst coasters I've ever been on, bro.
Like it's their first ever coaster, so yeah, it should be the worst in theory. What else is on the news, man? we talked about the chaperone policies, but Dark Coaster.
I was hearing the preview's gonna suck. Like you only get like one ride or something. Daniel was talking about it.
One ride on a new coaster.
Yeah.
When Pantheon, we were able to ride as many. Well, I would check because that's what it seemed like for the Pantheon previews, and then
Pantheon previews were so stupid.
Yeah, they were really bad.
God.
I almost didn't get on. I'm surprised I even did. But yeah, when we left and rode and did the rest of the park. But if you stayed and camped out at Pantheon, you could have they just reopened the line for anyone to keep rewriting. So you could have just rode. And they were letting people in that didn't even have like the previews. I think they were just kind of letting anyone ride. So yeah, I was up for Bolton while Pantheon was open, and I was like, wow. I could see them doing something like that with Dark Coaster. I wouldn't be surprised.
I just don't care. I'll get there when I get there.
Yep.
It's a credit 2 hours down the road.
I really could care less. Like, I don't know. Anyone that's actually staying there excited, you're just trying to get your SeaWorld media points. So, it's a family kiddie coaster.
I'll literally have the same reaction for SeaWorld Orlando's 2024 edition, their family coaster.
Like,
I just don't care.
I will change my mind if the theming is actually like good. Like if it's Dark Castle level, like they actually cared. But I don't think they will. Let's see if they shut my mouth. But Caesar's Busch Gardens Williamsburg is just I'm not even going to talk about it right now. Hollywood Parks in Dubai apparently to close, or they are closed. They closed on 420.
I saw that.
For the smokes for that. I don't know the reason, but apparently I have to assume money. A lot of these big parks, I am surprised when I see vlogs of people going there. How small the amount of guest count there is at a lot of them.
Yeah.
There are these massive parks, no one going to them. They're thinking of, they put them there to try to get people to go to these places, and then now where does all this stuff go? That's for me, because it's so much money and materials that who knows how it's going to be reused. Hopefully it will, but just to waste. So really unfortunate. Hopefully a lot of the parks, parts and rides get put to other parks so that they can be reused and for other parks out of their legacy to line up. But in better news, Kings Dominion is hyping up the opening of Grizzly with the retrack. But not only saying the stats of adding, is it 12 more feet? 10 more feet?
I think 10.
And then 10 degree more. So we already knew that, but 55. It's gonna be steep, man. 55 degree for a Woody? That's steep for a Woody. On top of that, I'm gonna be able to get pretty buzzed before and get a Grizzly double IPA, which I know this is a hot take for beer drinkers. I'm not a fan of IPAs. I'm not really a big fan of hops. So I'm still going to drink it because obviously it's just for the fun of it to happen. I'm going to do it right before I get on the Grizzly retrack.
Yeah.
Right before.
Damn straight.
It's going to be fun.
Night ride.
It's funny because I
think we should do a night ride for our first ride on the retrack.
You think I'm going to wait all day?
I'm going to wait all day. Last ride of the night.
I'll ride again and drink another double IPA. Make it a quadruple IPA. Double up. And do it again.
I'm doing it, bro.
Bro, what if it's so good that we actually have a legit third ride in the park? Not
we already do.
But it's a meme right now.
Okay,
it was
maybe
rough.
It'll be legit though.
Like I'm saying, that everyone there's a line for it.
Well, fuck that. I don't want it to get that.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
because the ops aren't that good over there.
That's what I'm saying. What if this is a bad they make the ride so good that people actually want to ride it, so there's a line for it, you never get to ride it.
Then we'll get less twisted. We'll get more twisted rides. Less of a line there.
Man, yeah. So side news: Twisted Green Train just broke after they added Blue Train just back on.
Gotta love it.
Which I will say, they were checking the trains last Friday when I was there, because they were the Friday before the 420. They just completely stopped for 10 minutes, and they were adamantly looking at the trains. And I was like, I assumed someone had lost something that was important, so they needed to find it, and they had someone in infield and all that stuff. But now, I think it was literally something wrong with Green Train, and then it happened. And then, because it closed down on the Friday I went with this Friday for BCS, and it was down for 4 hours. Never happens to Twisted. And then when it came back, there was only one train. It wasn't even on the transfer. The other one wasn't on the transfer, so that's rough. I'm assuming it's not bad, and it's back on this weekend.
I don't know, they got a sign out front saying it's on one train.
Well, they did that when I was there. They just put that up from as soon as it happened. So,
okay.
Which, honestly, I appreciate the parks doing stuff like that now, because I'm noticing that more.
I don't run both trains.
At least I know. Isn't it worse going, seeing the wait, seeing, everything, and then getting there and realizing it's one train? Because that happens more often than not.
Yeah,
To me, at least.
They do it to you every day at Velocicoaster.
One train?
Not one train, but
I want to say, they should close the ride, bro. Like, one train on Velasa, that's the line's taking you the whole day. Like,
No, that's 2 trains was like 105. It's rough stuff, man. It's all good though.
yeah, but like, Grizzly. Like, I'm just saying, Kings of Dominion could really just shoot itself to a legit top 10 park. If they nail Grizzly, it's really good. They nail this replacement. Which, let's talk about the replacement for a bit, because I actually have thoughts to what I think they need for it to be. Like, some criteria they need to knock off. And for me, we need more airtime at the park. I'll have a lot of intensity. Give us some more airtime like Twisted. I think that's one reason why people like Twisted so much. But I want to say floater. But
Don't hit at the
I'm
end.
looking at it as a park, like what would realistically be added.
Ugh.
But yes, it would be looking more like a B&M. A mock, I would love. Give us a mock. Because
Okay,
Cedar Fair
but-
works with mock.
But if we get something like DC Rivals,
Exactly.
that's okay.
Exactly.
If we don't, how about we just get a DC Rivals clone? I'm cool with that.
Apparently, that's one of the only hypers that mock made that isn't cloned.
Give us a DC
Because they
Rivals
have, like the mock hyper that's a clone, like in like 3 other parks.
Yeah.
That's the only hyper that isn't cloned of theirs. So.
Yeah, just, look, I'd take that. Either give us that or an extreme spinner, and I'm happy.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, our extreme spinners. There's one criteria I wanted to say. It needs to be reliable first off and foremost.
Give us something like Ride to Happiness.
And just as important, almost capacity.
Well,
It needs
it's
to
not
have really
that
good
bad.
capacity.
Because like if you're looking at, so for a long time everyone was saying the Axis, and thinking about like what that capacity would be. I think if we got something like Ride to Happiness and Extreme Spinner, it'd be fine.
How many?
about the
It technically fits 4 a seat. Technically, right?
I think it's like 16 per train. If it's
It's like
4x4.
that's literally like Volcano. The reason I say
but they would
that
have to have
is
good
because-
ops. 2 trains constantly running. They got a 3rd train for maintenance.
reason I say that Jungle X is going to be obliterated in that area if it's not high capacity because Tumbili runs 8 people, right?
Well, that
And then you have another low capacity, and your biggest, your standout ride. I'm assuming they're going to make it, one of the standouts of the park, if not the standout.
that's how it's going to be. It's going to be a populated area of the park. So then they have to shift their focus to other sections of the park and work to make those areas,
I still think there needs to be some. Oh, I just thought of a pipe dream. Take out Backlot and Anaconda and use both of those plots for something big. Pipe dream, but I would love a chain lift starting where Backlot is, and then like the rest of the layout was where Anaconda was over the lake.
Yeah. Who knows?
But yeah, I think those 2 main criteria are really important. And the reason why I'm kind of writing off the Axis now, even though I would love to see it, is because I don't think they're going to try to repeat or attempt to repeat Volcano. In the sense that Volcano was the first of its kind, the first Intamin impulse hydraulic launch. And this would have been the first SNS access to be added. Unless this one gets added in 2024 in Europe, like what they're saying. But I feel like they'd have to be working with SNS now for that project if they're trying to release it in 2025. Hopefully they're not trying to push it back anymore, but... In fact, I don't even know if they're keeping up with the phases right now. We could still be in phase 1 of Jungle X. I could see phase 2 starting next year or a year from now. Hopefully it's next year, but they did say, I remember the whole first when they were first converting everything with Tumbili and everything, all the current rethemes and just getting Jungle X running was phase 1. So, if phase 3 is obviously the addition, the Volcano replacement. So we got But wait one more phase before we even talk about that. So we might even be jumping the gun. Let's talk about our top thrill dragster. Oh wait, we don't know anything about that.
Bruh.
Hey, they're showing more of the mice and the wild mouse. Ziggy and Zaggy and Piggy and yeah.
So, have you seen the updated shots of the Epic Universe dueling coaster?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm waiting to pop off to see like that double inverting like the 0G roll after the second launch.
Dude.
But, like I want to see that in person.
Epic Universe.
It's going to be no other way to put it. Epic.
We have some things coming.
No,
That's crazy.
I am wondering how they're going to do the travel there, back and forth. Because I feel like obviously they're going to try and make it a point to where our families are going to go to both resorts, and then hearing how lax the experience is at Disneyland for having the parks being literally next door, comparative to the Walt Disney World experience.
It's crazy to like enter into a hobby and then start going on all these trips and like really getting interested, like loving Universal, and then now we're getting a whole nother Universal resort getting built. It's perfect timing.
We already talked about it, but I'm afraid when Disney announces their next resort, because we're going to be literally 75-year-old men by the time they open that.
The fifth gate.
So Falcon's Fury finally seems to be operating again, so that's cool. I can finally get that. Let's see what I think of it. I'm kind of excited to ride it. But there was one more thing. Where was it? Oh, okay. Let's talk about this first, though. So, there's a lot of, not actually when I say turmoil here, but there's a lot of controversy in the UK enthusiast culture. Going to the parks here seems a little rough, as Merlin Entertainment, it's not having. They've apparently been going downhill. I've been seeing it, and that's also one reason I've been trying to really get to these parks for. Who knows what happens, right? But just this picture of ride openings is abysmal. This is Alton Towers. This is from 2 weeks ago at this point. But just the amount of red you can even see. Like I got all that lineup. So, Enterprise, well, the Enterprise is literally gone, so it's closed. But Funk and Fly closed. Galactica, 60 minutes. I don't know if it was one train or not. Nemesis obviously gone because they're retracking it. Oblivion was 20 minutes though, but Rita was closed. Spinball Wizard closed. 13, 70 minutes. Smiler, 60. And Wicker Man was closed.
Awful.
Apparently Thorpe Park, also one entertainment, has not been much better in the sense of just operations. And yeah, and guest experience, a lot of people are saying is just not it. So very unfortunate to hear about that. Very, very, very unfortunate. Because that's a big reason why a lot of them will travel. I feel like a lot of them went to the Two Titus opening and all that stuff. I know this one follower, or there's one person I am following right now, who just went to Turkey and rode the Mach Hyper Coaster. Really enjoyed it. He has it. What is it behind? It's behind Shambala. It's number one Shambhala.
Goodbye.
He's literally European based.
End of story. Go ride Zadra, buddy.
Actually, I don't know if he's Road Zadra, to be honest. Yeah, you could say that. But
Go
Shambala,
anywhere.
and then it's
Go
that,
out untamed.
and then it's Nemesis, number 3.
Yeah, that guy needs to leave his backyard. B&M #1. Goodbye.
You act like Shambala's gonna be bad. I feel like Shambala, honestly, hear me out, could be better than Fury.
Goodbye.
Those drops actually, like, they're like Fury's. The second half it doesn't die, but it's nowhere near as strong as the first half.
You need to rewrite Fury. Even I, as a B&M hater, got the Fury fever.
No. Fury's in my top 10, but it's just like how El Toro's in my top 10, and I still say there's a lull in El Toro. It's so hard to find a perfect ride. And I would only say there are 3 of them. And they are in my top 3. And even then, they're not perfect. They're perfect for what the circumstances are. Because, like, the top 2, they're RBC, so I could say the trains. Work on the trains. Make them even better. Palasa. Really just because I can't marathon it. That's a big con. Like, that's really the only thing. I can't just get back on it. That's the only con about it, though. Intimidator, reliability, really. Wait, what was the last thing? Oh, yeah. Disney's in the cast, but for a funny reason. So, the end of Fantasmic, and then this is the Disneyland Fantasmic, since there's like 3 or 4 shows of it now. I think they're all different too, which is kind of insane. So that actually makes all of them worth watching. But the Disneyland one, I think this is the original one. It just came back from a big like hiatus or refurbishment, and on the second showing of the night, there was the big finale. Mickey's doing, he's fighting Murphy the Dragon. And, the show is known for how much is going on, the production in it, to not be perfect. They actually have, a lot of times, have the stunt actors or a lot of pyrotechnics mess up, but they still go on. But there was no chance that this was going to continue to that night. So he shoots fire, the big dragon. But you can even see in some pictures and video before, it was like leaking from its mouth throughout the show, or like when it came up. And I guess when it tried to propel some fire, it kind of just blew up. Like it wasn't like a Michael Bay movie or anything. Like they weren't on like a production set. Like it wasn't ridiculous. But it definitely caught a fireball. And then like you hear the spiel. Like the Mickey actor is gone at this point. Like he it's like the part of the show where I think in the Disneyland where he goes under like this platform, so he disappears and he appears somewhere else, like behind after Murphy's supposed to be gone. But yeah, he was on fire. And you hear the spiel of that they have normally for when Fantasmic goes under, and unfortunately, this performance has to halt because obviously, like, the dragon is on fire, and it's all right. Like, it's just kind of like it's pretty bad, but it's like okay, he shot fire, kind of it's expected, until he like blows up again, and then he blows up again. And the reason why it was scary the third time is because there was a cast member with a fire hose on the bottom trying to put out the fire in the first place, and then it blew up. And luckily there was no injuries in any of this. So yeah, really the only thing I feel bad about is the performers and all the members that worked specifically for this. Because I know a lot of training goes into this big production. It's like a 30-minute, 40-minute show. A lot of different themes and IPs going into it. And literally, like, a lot of times it's like a big part of their day. Like, it's their job. They rehearse to do that. So who knows how long this is going to have to be on hold. But they're already doing work. It seems like the next day there are already workers there doing something. So, yeah. Look at the video. It is, I'm not gonna lie, I can't stop looking at it. He's like melting in front of the crowd. It's insane. Like at some point, like some angles when you really see it going, wow, like it was a really bad mess up there, and it really shows how dangerous they can be potentially. You know, like they're shooting ridiculous amount of fire, like, all these fireworks, insane. But yeah, that was the last of the news, really. Everything else though is just like as a recap of just the BCS meetup in Kings Dominion. Because I don't know if you have still haven't been to a park since Six Flags.
I have not.
It needs to not rain so I can make my weekly trip, but it's looking like it's gonna rain this Friday, man, and I'm pretty sad. Oh yeah, 90% chance, but for how long? That's the real question. Okay, it's gonna be all day on and off. Yeah. I mean, Intimidator water rides? No.
Oh, did you see that Gotham City Escape is gonna open in May? They haven't announced a date though.
Oh yes.
And Pipeline's gonna open in May too.
Oh yeah. A lot of parks are just saying May. Like having trade dates. I'm not sure why. I'm very curious about Gotham City Escape, mostly because of the finale. Everything else looks pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. But just finale spike turntable? Unless I'm gonna get like lurched, like the best spike in my life I've ever felt. Like, I don't know, man. But yeah, so we went to King's Dominion. This is for Will, who is one of the co-founders of Black Culture Society, and it was nice meeting up with them because only reason I even met them was I was leaving Busch Gardens on August last year, one of the last trips of that season, and I overheard people talking about I-305 or Ferry 325, and I'm like, all right, that has to be enthusiasts. Like, there's no way like regular guests are talking about this. So I turn around and then, just said I-305, just threw it in there, and ever since, like met up with them and starting to get do stuff with them, and obviously now it's an actual season. Now we're actually trying to do more stuff because a lot of them are local to the DMV area, so that's really cool. But we were here for Will's birthday. Belated birthday to him. He did like a home park, like basically just trips, because to Katie, they left, they went to the wharf after, then they went to America where he put up like a whole story, like talking about it, like, oh, I wish it was still, it was so good, bro. It was so good. Oh, it was so good. He did not like Six Flags America at all. Will warned him. But yeah, I don't think they went to Busch Gardens after, but they were supposed to. But yeah, it was great meeting up with them. Yolanda got her first I-305 rides, and she kept her eyes open on the last one, barely. But yeah, she loved it. She was an absolute fan. She's a Cedar Point stan. She loves Cedar Point.
What about Maverick then?
Oh, she loves Maverick. She was saying, we were saying,
Maverick's better than 305.
I'm sorry, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not.
Slightly.
No. No.
Maverick's elite, bro.
It's super elite, and I-305 is out of this world, bro. Out of this world. It's Maverick's big brother, bro.
I only had Maverick one spot above.
Did I overlook that?
You must have. I believe it's my 7, and 305 is my 8.
Bro, where's Maverick for me, bro? Maverick is 6, and I-305 is 4. Both of those will drop this year though, after specific rides.
Dude, I'm very hyped for Time Traveler and Outlaw Run.
You see, like, I think a lot of people.
I also recently heard Silver Dollar City has a very not good park layout.
I guess if you're trying to hit everything, it probably doesn't. I think it's meant for like strolling, because that park is a very, like, you're literally supposed to get lost in that park.
I just want cinnamon bread.
Yeah.
I
hear so much about it, dude.
Bread.
That, and I've never tried blue ice cream. I really want to try it this year if we end up going. I've been hearing good things about Kings Island this year, man. I've been hearing like the operators are excited to be there.
That's on the list.
The operators are great. Sunday was slight, man. It was like 10-minute waits from everything, 20-minute waits.
Last ride of the night on Beast. My God.
It's
a new Beast.
For me, it's the best night ride in the world. Until I ride Voyage, obviously, at night. But the Beast is elite at night. Like, it literally moves up like 30 places, I said. Well, at night.
I'm gonna wait, and whenever we go, I'll get last ride of the night on Beast, and that's gonna be the first time I ride it.
You never rode it? Oh, of the season.
I have it, yeah. I haven't ridden New Beast. I haven't ridden it since 2021. Been a couple years.
But
gotta get back.
Yeah, Rel was laughing. I think Twisted moved up for him, cause he was literally the whole ride he was laughing, just having a good old time.
Blue Train though.
I'm telling you, and that's what I'm gonna end off the recap of King's Dominion with. You do not have to wait for Green Train anymore. You really do not, cause like
Stop the cat.
that was a top 5 ride. Like the last ride I got of the night, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I had my seatbelt, I forgot. If I didn't, bro, who would have known?
Stop the cat.
I wish I was. Like, I wanna say, Green Train, best train, the lead train. I'm still gonna ride that one the most because it's so funny. But like, if I'm trying to get on and there is a wait, I'm not pressed anymore. It's that type of situation.
I'll have to ride Blue Train and assess.
I was shocked. That's all I will say. Because I was really getting on. I'm like, all right, I'm expecting a Blue Train ride. And it blew me away. For Blue Train, at least. It felt like the ride I was expecting with Green Train. That was insane.
We shall see.
Otherwise, that's everything I had in mind. Otherwise, just bullshitting, really. I'm really just thinking about the future. I would like the park trips. I'm excited for Midwest. Is that looking like a road trip?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, like, what happens if you get Hollywood night tickets, but we go to Hollywood or Holiday World the same night because we'll be there on the trip?
Nah, I wouldn't. The Stumble and Hollywood Nights are like 2 weeks apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I believe so.
I thought they lined them up.
No, I don't guess so.
I mean, that would have been like the most stacked Stumble in the world.
Nah.
Hollywood Nights and a Stumble.
Hollywood Nights does kind of feel like a Stumble though when you stay in the cabins, so yeah. It's lit.
Yeah, I was happy to get back on Intimidator though. It was working the whole day. Oh, I saw Timmy from Coaster Talk evacuating people. That was cool. At the very end of the night. It was really, the ride was running completely fine the whole day. And then, right at the end of the night. And what sucks because it was the end, like, the last 30 minutes, so you knew it's like, they're not going to try to open it again. It's kind of pointless.
Yes.
Yeah, but otherwise, I got 10 rides that day, so if I was just focusing at 305, it would have definitely been more. But 10, not just being casual,
It's true.
I'll take it. Yeah, like,
gotta get a marathon here soon.
I still need to see in the middle of the year I'm gonna make a video on it. I'm gonna try to see how many times on Twisted I can get on a day. Middle of the week, like a Wednesday, open to close. I don't know if I can do it on a Saturday, because I think a Saturday it'll just be too many people.
Yeah,
Unless I go on a right
depends.
Saturday.
Yeah.
See, like,
I'm
I'm actually researching it now.
It's gotta be the right conditions, the right weather, the right hours.
Exactly. Like,
and then you can't have them change the hours due to inclement weather.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gotta be dead.
Because, like, I know in the middle of the week, they generally stayed open until 8, from what I remember.
Yeah.
And they open at 11.
You could do like 11 to 10 on
like,
Saturday.
Well, I remember when I would do that, not sweating, like, I would just, like, casually get them, I would get 40, 50 without really trying.
50?
50 is my record right now.
When did you got 50 on Twisted? I did not know that. I don't know what I've done on Twisted. I just know the 56 on El Toro.
I think that was the day I met Tyler. Yeah, that was the day I met Tyler, because he was close to getting 1,000 at the time. And then he got 1,000, and they gave him an apple from the station. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I hope Blue or Green Train comes back, because that ride just needs 2 trains on it at all times. I almost hope they invest to get another train, just so they always have 2 trains at Twisted. I don't think that's a bad investment.
I'd rather see them get better lockers first.
How, though?
I don't care. Make it happen.
I was looking, and I think you can maybe push it to the right a little, like
yeah.
To the if you're looking at the lockers from the line, the right, like where the brake run is, like you could push a little more over there and give like 3 more lockers.
I feel like they can make the room.
But like the main issue is like it'll get bogged up in the lockers, so that they can't let anyone go through because they need to use the lockers. So yeah, now that's like the main reason, because you'll get to the station, no one's there. The only line is at the metals.
It sucks, man.
Yeah. And then yeah, having a train off is it's not gonna help at all. But yeah, I-35 rides are great. Blue Train.
Brandon Grill slaps.
What did I get? Actually, I got Chicken Shack because I was just trying to be fast, and it was by I-305. So, I mean, Chicken Shack is you can never go wrong with that.
I still actually have to get my meal plan for this year.
And get it ready for all the Cedar Fair parks. So as soon as I walk in, World of Fun, Cedar Point, Kings Island, I'm good.
I'm not doing Cedar Point on that road trip. I will say that now.
Oh yeah. I'm just thinking maybe all weekend. Actually, we're not going this year. I don't want to go until Dragster.
Yeah. I'm skipping it, man. As much as I love it, I'm skipping it. I know what the Steve rides are like, so I'm not tripping. I'm gonna have Air Force One and Gwazi this year to replace.
Isn't that crazy? No, but you have Steve above Gwazi still.
Gwazi's still like pretty much just as good. So
I mean, yeah. I'm like, I really do want to rewrite Steve though, because like
X2 this year, that would be nice.
Because right now the rides I want to rewrite the most: Phantom's Revenge, Steve, Magnum.
Ooh, Magnum's so good.
Because like those are the longest I've been without riding those. Because it was that trip. I've been to like, yeah, like I've gone to basically everything else. I mean, I missed Skyrush, obviously.
I'm trying to think. I do actually. I would not mind riding Skyrush.
It's surprising.
Yeah.
But I love me some Skyrush. And then, I'm excited for Fury, man. It's just like, I know I'm getting it in May, so I'm like...
Dude, I miss Legend and Raven, too. Shout out, like, literally all the...
That's literally, like, if you're a Wooden Coaster fan, it's over. I can't speak right now. Holiday World, it's over. Like, you're in heaven. And I think, honestly, what's funny, I think that's the main reason why they don't add that much. to their
Well,
parks.
Dude, that's literally a piece of news that came out. The Screamscape thing for Holiday World.
What?
That they're clearing land by where Pokum's Plunge was. And it might be a new there might be a new coaster or a new addition of some sort. Some people are saying it's going to be like a mock Power Splash or something.
Yeah, because like you gotta keep expectations pretty low for Holiday World because
apparently something's going on.
You gotta remember, it's hard to remember, but they're family owned.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why like people are wondering why aren't they trying to build up, and it's like you're family owned and you have 3 wooden coasters.
They want to keep their amazing reputation. I don't blame them.
Like you have that's the main thing though. You got 3 woodies you have to retrack, and they retrack them well every year.
I feel like they're not overextending, which is exactly how it should be. And
they have their niche.
That about Holiday World.
They have their niche. And they know what it is. Like, I think that's very important to know what it is, what you're good at.
So now the plan is just don't let anybody ruin Holiday World.
Yeah. I mean, inevitably, capitalism. It will come to that point where potentially the owners just don't want the park, and really the only operators in it are greedy businessmen. So
I'll save Holiday World.
So if there were any worst case scenario, or if there were a best case scenario, theme park operator that would own Holiday World.
Like one of the current ones?
Yes, like all of them, all the way from Disney, Universal, down to like Fun Spot.
Well, obviously the best would be Disney or Universal.
Okay, but like, I don't think. You think they really would though?
No.
Yeah, like that's us. Like it's like sure I say that, but like they never would. They probably don't even know that park exists. Like realistically speaking,
if Holiday World were to for some reason go to one of the current, I could see it being Palace. I could see maybe the Knoebels group getting involved somehow.
Unfortunately, I could see
or maybe Hershend.
I was saying Hershend is my main one.
Yeah.
I was thinking like that would be.
Those are the only ones I could really see.
You know,
Palace, Hershend, or somehow Knoebels buying it.
You know, I say Hershend is like, you know, people. It's good to get, but like, don't they own Kentucky Kingdom? And isn't that like a very mid park?
Okay, but like Hershend isn't the reason that Kentucky Kingdom is the way that it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but like I guess
like Kentucky Kingdom was fucked whenever they bought it.
Yeah, but like I guess people were expecting, you know, since Hershend has, you know, they have bills.
Well, it's not like they're just gonna like drop like lightning rod in there or something.
No, I'm not expecting that, but like even
but it's so like it was so bad that like it's like I don't know, like
it's like when you look at the park, you're like it's an odd looking park.
Yeah.
Like where it is, like
I'm saying.
There's no tree. You're like walking on a concrete lot.
It was so bad. Like it's literally like a fairground, basically. Like it's so bad. That, like, honestly, I don't know why Hershend bought it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
honestly, I'm surprised Fun Spot didn't grab that shit.
Why did Hershend buy Kentucky Kingdom? What the fuck? They have Dollywood and Silver Dollar City. Why did they buy that? Freaking, it's literally junk. Bro, they have T3.
That's why people were saying they were expecting them to like build up, change the theme, actually make it something, and not just keep it what it is.
What can they do? It's a fairground. You don't have to cross the street. Nah, fuck Kentucky Kingdom. Okay, let me chill. This is total shit post, but like.
Nah, like.
That is actually interesting to think. Like now that I'm actually thinking about it, like the one time I went, like it is like. I'm not impressed by any means. And this was 2 years ago.
Makes Six Flags America look like Disney.
It does. Well, that's because Storm Chaser was closed when I was there.
That's so rough, dude. I mean, even then, like, all because I like a BGT, and I still think that park is not a good park, even though Gwazi's there. So, like, all because there's a good ride, even a collection, Because you can even say objectively they have a good ride collection, but I'm still not saying it's a good park overall.
What park are we talking about, bro?
Well, I was using Busch Gardens Tampa as an example.
Oh.
Because you say, like, well, if you're saying, oh, it would have been better if Storm Chaser was there, like, all right, the park would have still been mid, because this has a good ride.
Well, yeah. No, Kentucky Kingdom's really bad, actually, not gonna lie. I don't know why Hershend bought that.
Yeah, people were expecting them to build it up or do something, and yeah, it's been the
They
same.
literally have Thunder Run in T3. Thunder Run is garbage. I don't know why anyone says it's good.
Is that like the chance rides?
No, it's like a hurler mirror or something like that. Like it's bad.
That's the lightning run. That's the
Lightning Run's the hyper, the GTX chance. Yeah, Thunder Run's like the Woody. I think it's a Din, maybe. I don't know. But no, Kentucky Kingdom is not good.
yeah. So you would think that Hershey would be a good idea to pick up Holiday World, but at the same time,
I think Holiday World will stay family owned and like kind of like the way it is for at least 25 more years. I'll say that confidently. They've got it in them. They're gonna stay family owned.
just make a voyage like a Voyage sequel, Voyage 2.
Like Ravine Flyer 2. That'd be hilarious.
If I lived to see like a Voyage 2, that'd be crazy, bro.
I mean, we are about to see Falcon's Fury or Falcon's Flight, so we're gonna see something.
The fact that that's like, I just can't wait to see it topped off, like that like.
Pause.
Yeah, okay, but I can't wait to see the chain lift and all of that.
Yeah,
Like the main airtime was like just.
it's gonna.
It still
look
doesn't feel
insane.
real yet. Yeah, I'm just here for the ride. That I'm very curious. So, that was basically it's another in-person cast. Jesus, why is it already almost 2?
2?
Yes.
Damn. It happens.
Yeah. Get on. It's opening season. Go on and get out there and ride coasters. Wherever they're open. Unless you got to pay like $10-$12. When are we getting like New Jersey to get fucking Shellraiser and shit?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
You should probably do that before July.
Yeah, we could look into it.
Because now they have a point
maybe we
system.
could really like credit horror in like a 3-day span from Friday to Sunday or something.
Sounds like a plan to me. Just let me know.
New Jersey boardwalks or something. Yeah.
Ooh. Get some Jersey food?
So we could do New Jersey boardwalks. I don't think Toro will be open.
Well,
so
and you can get Great Nor'easter. Apparently the best SOC.
We need all those credits. So.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I really am down for that.
And then I guess we'll hit Mall of America. Shit, why don't we just go ahead and ride up to Six Flags New England compounds and all that. We'll see.
If we do go, when do you think Boulder Dash would be open? Oh, I think they're like finishing up with the Titan track because it looks like it was on. Like it definitely.
We'll see. We'll just have to play it by ear. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing those. That's cool.
Alrighty, y'all. Thanks for hanging with us in this 420 special.
420
We just
special.
honestly next year we'll probably have something special for it. We just got extraordinarily high for the occasion, but hopefully y'all partook as well. If you didn't, you drank some water, hydrated yourself. I don't know. Listen to this while rewarding yourself in some capacity, or just working, which I hear a lot of people do. So keep working. You're getting through the week. I trust you. You got this. smoke a J after. But yeah, go ahead and catch us next episode. But first, follow us on all of our socials, where you can follow our Instagram at the High Rollers DMV, and then mine at West Tower Coasters.
And you can catch me at Old Line Airtime.
And then, if you want to look at video format, if you're already on YouTube, congratulations. If you're want to look at a video format, which we're potentially, I've been thinking about it. I'm thinking of ways we could do that for sure. At least in Discord, it'll be easy. We just need to invest in my webcam. So, yeah, go ahead and follow at YouTube on West Tower, and all of them are there, so you can catch up. And yeah, if you want to find us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we're all there as well. So for the next time, guys, stay cool, stay easy.
Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.